Alright, so this is the lesson. You can take swordsmanship seriously. In fact, you should if that's what you want to do. If you see what your practice is beyond just like, putting on fencing gear and hitting a friend with a stick, right? If you want to take it a bit further and you feel like you're getting something out of this, like either it's like a spiritual thing or like a code of life or like a way of self-expression, that part you need to take seriously, but do not take HEMA seriously. So like I got into HEMA when I was like 21, okay, which I think it's normal for that age group to kind of want to go all in on something. And for me, I was like, okay, I want to like dedicate myself to this. I want to go to tournaments. I want to train and I want to get medals. I want to make videos. I want to become famous for doing this thing, right? But as I did that, what I realized when I came home is that what I really was doing was called, and once again, I don't speak Japanese, but it's called a like a Mugo Shoyu or something like that, like a warrior's pilgrimage. There was just something about me at that stage of life where I felt like I needed to test myself in battle. And I did the same thing when I did MMA, I did the same thing when I did wrestling, did the same thing when I did kickboxing. There was a part of me that wanted to like be challenged and to overcome challenges. But then not only to overcome the challenges, but later in life it was just as valuable, if not more valuable, to be humbled while trying to beat the challenge, which has happened a lot. And you learn a lot of lessons from that. So basically what I'm trying to say is the best advice I could give to somebody that's getting into HEMA and they want to take it like that step further is take yourself seriously in the sense that you want to do swordsmanship. Take that part seriously. Not ironically, take that part seriously. Now, I'm not saying like, don't become a danger to society or anything like that. But if you feel like God is expressing himself through this practice, or if you feel like you're getting something more out of it than just, hitting a guy with a blunt sword or like trying to recreate a fighting system, then go for it. In fact, I encourage you to take that a step further, and while you're learning the manuscripts and the techniques and applying them, figure out a way how you can incorporate that and make that unique to yourself so that over time you start to build your own style of swordsmanship that is unique to you, that is like your reflection, your signature, your version of it, right? Use HEMA as a tool in like the wider scheme of your swordsmanship journey. Don't just do HEMA and then stop there, right? Because HEMA is a joke. Like, let's be real here. Like, HEMA is a bit of just like a fun game. Like, it's just a joke, right? But what's not a joke is the way that you're getting this expression and this growth and this lesson and these learnings and these social connections and things like that. That part take seriously. In fact, I feel like the highest form of my swordsmanship are these moments when I'm just by myself, just with my sword, just like doing stuff, and like all of a sudden I'm getting these big realizations, like these spiritual downloads, almost as if like God is working through me like in this moment. Like, this is my how I can connect to the divine. Like, it's no different from like yoga or anything else. And I truly do like get that out of it, right? So that is what's important. That is the true fruit of it. It doesn't matter about the medals. Like, yeah, who cares? Whatever, you get famous like because you make HEMA compilations online. Like, I mean, that's cool. Don't get me wrong. That's a big achievement. But at the same time, that's nothing compared to the amount of spiritual fruitfulness and self-expression and the code of life that you gain, the definition of learning who you are by expressing yourself through this movement. That is the true valuable lesson, and that's the thing you should be taking seriously. Don't get lost in the sauce of HEMA. HEMA is cool. It's fun. Use it to help you like throughout life. Don't just do HEMA and then stop there. And I mean, unless that's what you want to do. If you only see HEMA as just like a hobby, like, okay, I just meet with my friends on the weekend and we hit each other with swords and we dress up, that is fine. If you see it as a fencing sport, like, hey, this is a sport, I train, I get athletic, this keeps me in shape, you know, once again, that's the true benefit of it. You're athletic, you're in shape, you are becoming a higher version of yourself by practicing this. That is more valuable than showing up to like a fencing tournament and hand sniping people all the way to gold. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a big achievement. I'm not trying to downplay that. But don't get lost in that mirage of feeling like you need to prove yourself like through this like game, right? What you really need to prove, and you need to prove this to yourself, is that you are connected to some higher power through the medium of this form of expression. It should be no different than how a painter paints or a musician like masters their instrument. You can master your sword, whichever sword it is, and you can become a master by practicing your swordsmanship in a way that aligns to you, that is unique to you, and walk your unique journey on this if you have one. And that's all I have to say about that. So, I don't know. I just had to say something.